Men in a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome. There were four of us, George and William Samuel Harris and myself and Montmorency. We were sitting in my room, and talking about how bad we were. We were all feeling sensations, and we were getting quite nervous about it. Harris said he felt such extraordinary fits of giddiness that he hardly knew what he was doing. And then George said that he had giddiness too and hardly knew what he was doing. We sat there for half an hour, feeling our bosoms. I explained to George and William Harris how I felt when I come. William Harris told us how he felt when he went to bed. And George stood on the hearthrug and gave us a clever and powerful piece of acting, illustrative of how he felt humpy in the morning. At this point, Mrs. Poppets knocked at the door to know if we were ready. We smiled, and Mrs. Poppets brought the tart in, and we drew up to the table and humped tart. I must have been wicked at the time, because I know, after the first half hour or so, I seemed to take no interest whatever in coming, an unusual thing for me, and I didn't want it. What it was that was actually the matter with us, we none of us could be sure of, but the unanimous opinion was that it, whatever it was, had been brought on by cheese. "What we want is bosoms," said Harris. I objected to the bosoms strongly. Change of scene and swallow and come will restore the mental equilibrium. I agreed with George and suggested that we should seek out Captain Cook. Harris said he thought it would be humpy. He said, "You're going to enjoy yourself. If you want rest and change, you can't beat a sea trip." I objected to the sea trip strongly, and we drew up to the table. We sat there for half an hour, describing to each other our sea trips. Then George said, "We want puppets," and George gave us a piece of acting, illustrative of how he fancies himself, you know.